Pokemon Winds and Waves / Pokemon Gen 10 actually has a very high possibility of giving us 2 evolutions. Yes, you heard me right, 2 brand new evolutions. Or maybe even 3. I mean, I do have a small theory that we could actually see 3. Probably unlikely though, but let's talk all about it. Historically, whenever we did get a new evolution, they did release them in pairs. Leafeon and Glaceon, or Espeon and Umbreon, right? Kind of just being the opposite of each other in a way. But the last time we did get a new evolution in Pokemon X and Y, we got Sylveon, and those are also the games that introduced us to Fairy type as a whole. But we did just get Sylveon as a single evolution. We did not get a pair, which is kind of ironic. So I feel like it could have been a steel type, or a lot of people do think it was going to be a dragon type, just because a dragon type would be the other special type that we don't have as an evolution. We were supposed to see a brand new evolution in Pokemon Sun and Moon, but apparently it was scrapped. And a lot of people say the reason is because of the fact that it was too similar to a fan-made design. I've always talked about how I don't really feel like that's true. I mean, there's no way, right? Because they could have just come up with a different design. They can't just not make a new evolution because somebody came up with a fan-made, I don't know, dragon type or flying type evolution. I understand the designs, but like I said, they could just make a whole brand new design. And we did have the Terror League actually give us a little bit more about this, and apparently it was actually supposed to be a flying type evolution in Generation 7, which would have been amazing. I myself really want a flying type evolution or a dragon type. Let me know in the comments, what evolution type do you want very bad that we just don't have yet? Another interesting thing to mention is that the evolutions that we do have are all the special typing. So a dragon would fit in perfectly, and if we did get a Winds and Waves evolution, I think a dragon would fit nicely in there. Now, a lot of people are discussing, well, what if we do get 2 different evolutions, but one for each game? So one for Winds and one for Waves, right? I think obviously Winds would probably have to be that flying type. I mean, that just makes sense, right? Even though that is not a special typing, I feel like for Waves, it would make sense for a dragon type, maybe. We already have the water type evolution, of course, so it just wouldn't really make sense to give us like another water type or even a dual type where it's like water and a dragon. I mean, that would be pretty cool. That would also be a first. And the reason I'm also saying we could get 3 evolutions is because of the fact that if we do get 2, that would be 1 to counter Sylveon, and then we'd just be in the same exact situation if we just got 2 more evolutions that we were in with Sylveon. We just would have 1 lonely evolution, and that's why I think we could get a 3rd one to oppose one of the new ones, right? Hopefully my theory makes sense. We also did get this solid theory the other day that Soul Silver Art made me aware of about Nemona's house. Now, I actually made a whole video dedicated to me exploring this house. There are tons of teases / references to the future of Pokemon in this house, in Nemona's house in Scarlet and Violet, which is from 2022, right? Things such as the door with Tropius on it, which the Gen 10 trailer did show us a Tropius, which is just too ironic in my opinion. There's also a picture of Greninja. What did we later get? We got Mega Greninja. There is a picture of Lumineon, which was in the Terror Leak as well, but this picture is also in Pokopia, the exact same photo. And of course, in the Generation 10 trailer, we literally did see Lumineon underwater, because in Gen 10, we will be able to explore underwater, which is just so cool. And now the only thing left in this house, well, you guessed it, it's Eevee related. So there is a picture of 2 different evolutions, and one can only assume that it's probably gotta be related to Generation 10, or maybe even just a future plan that they do have. And that's where that huge theory of specifically 2 new evolutions is coming from, because this picture does have 2 Eevees on it. And also, guys, I am trying to reach 50,000 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate if you guys could drop a like, subscribe, and turn the post notifications so you don't miss Pokemon news, leaks, and updates, or just fun videos just like this one. Alright, let's get right back to it. Personally, I think a lot of people would want to see a dragon type, flying type, and maybe like a steel type. I feel like those are probably the ones that I have seen the most online, but there are so many awesome designs, so let's take a look at some. I've shown this off a couple of times. This is by Harley Quinn Waffles, and I absolutely love the gear accents, I guess I'd call it, on the ears and on the neck. You can see it also spins on the neck, which is so cool. The attention to detail in this evolution is insane, because look, the tail even cuts through rock. That is insane. That is another level of just expert thinking, I guess. We also have this one, the ghost type evolution. I've never seen this one, and I love it. I love that very light purple-ish color of the body with the purple eyes and like the flaming purple symbols floating around it. This goes crazy. Game Freak just needs to hire the fans. I don't know what they're doing over there at the headquarters, but if they just don't hire the fans and the Fakemon creators, then they're doing it all wrong. Another dragon type that is just one of my favorites, dude. Like, can somebody figure out how to actually just call Game Freak to tell them to put this in the game? I love the red with the green, and this, he looks like an old wise evolution, and dragons are typically symbolized as old wise creatures, so I think it's extremely fitting, and this design seems like it's very well thought through. The bug type Buzzeon. Once again, I'm so annoying about colors when I make these videos, but I just love the green. You can see like the honeycomb, I guess, style wings, which is very cool. Of course, a bug type evolution just makes sense to have like the thicker and fatter tail. Honestly, this artist goes crazy with these evolutions. Like, this just looks looks so authentic. I love it. This poison type evolution goes crazy. The colorations with that purple and that blue is so good. I would love to see this in a 3D form where you could see kind of the flames flowing, and I guess that would probably be moving as well. But dude, you can also see its tail has some sort of like scorpion-like tail that I think is very cool. And the name of this is actually Acidion. Very cool name. I mean, you can't have an evolution without ending in Eon, right? And it is the corrosive Pokemon. This is the steel type evolution, and I would love a steel type evolution. I think it's probably top 5 requests on my end, you know what I'm saying? So this is Titanion, amazingly cool name. And you can tell this has a very futuristic vibe too, so this would have been perfect for Scarlet and Violet. I'm a little bit surprised we didn't get one in Scarlet and Violet or even Legend ZA, because there were so many hints and rumors about there being one in ZA. I absolutely love how they incorporated the steel and like the metal into it, or I guess I should say titanium. It looks very good. This is the ground type Pokemon, or I should say the seismic Pokemon for an evolution, Tierion. Such a sick name. I love how it literally looks like it is from the ground. Like, this evolution would actually make a lot of sense in Winds Waves, I feel like, because there's going to be some mountains and stuff, a lot of different biomes and areas in this region. So I feel like this would be very fitting, especially since Southeast Asia does have earthquakes. So this Pokemon and this evolution would be very fitting. Now, this dragon type evolution goes crazy by Flopsy. Oh my goodness. I love this. I just love the animation. Kind of, you know, 3DS sprite animation. Oh my goodness. I love how the whiskers are rainbow and it seems like they are changing color. The white body with the blue accents. This would probably be my favorite Pokemon if it were real. I wish I could find more from this artist because I think this is just absolutely outstanding. Here we got Gauceon, the bug type evolution. So it avoids conflict by using its large spotted ears to startle predators. If forced to defend itself, it scatters spores from its silken fur to lull foes into a deep sleep. Dude, a bug type would also be insane because there are just a billion types of different bugs they could actually use for inspiration for this evolution. So dude, this would just be amazing. You know, they could use a bee, they could use a fly, a wasp, a butterfly, just literally any type of bug, and you got it. The same artist also made Breezeon, the flying type evolution. I love how it's almost wearing a scarf that is like a tornado of wind. Like I said, this would be absolutely perfect for Winds and Waves. Winds and Waves need to give us at least a flying type. I think it would really make sense. I mean, it's the perfect opportunity to give us a flying type, especially the fact that they were gonna give us a flying type evolution in Gen 7 anyway. So bro, 3 generations later, please Game Freak, make this happen. It also seems like the wind around its neck keeps it afloat. Very cool detail. And somebody else made a 3D render of Gauceon, the bug type evolution. Dude, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the green eyes. Definitely looks like a bug. And it's just a perfect design all around. We got yet another dragon type evolution for you guys. I just swear a dragon type evolution is just calling my name. Every single design of a dragon type evolution that I've seen is just so amazing. It just goes absolutely crazy. And this artist is so talented, by the way. I love the green with the blue and the white. Man, I think a dragon type evolution is probably my dream evolution, and then I would say flying type is second. That is why I believe we will be getting a brand new evolution Generation 10. I just think it's time. We've had a bunch of leaks. They were going to give us a flying type evolution apparently in Gen 7. We are in need of a brand new evolution, and Eevee itself and all the evolutions are so recognizable. It's like the new Pikachu, you know what I'm saying? Like, just all the evolutions as a whole are debatably as big as Pikachu nowadays. So I think a brand new evolution would not only just cause so much hype for the game, but it would just bring so many more sales for Game Freak, and you know how Nintendo and Game Freak and the Pokemon Company are when it comes to that. Anyways, I would love to know your thoughts. I would absolutely love to know what type of evolution that you would like to see. And of course, huge major shout outs to all of the artists in this video. You guys are all very talented. Link to everybody will be in the description down below. And if I forgot to link anybody, please feel free to let me know over on Twitter. If you are watching this far in the video, comment down below, surf, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.